The goal in and of itself is to alleviate oppression. And it's very unfortunate, but sometimes that force is needed. To give you a practical example, la qaddar Allah, if someone in this room starts attacking a child and was to pull a gun upon a child, the right thing to do is to take that man down, right? And that's what the police does each and every single day. That is a form of jihad, whether we call it or not. So now, would we criticize the police for taking that man down with a gun who was abusing towards a child? No, we wouldn't. Right? We call that policing, we call that enforcing law, we call it a wide variety of different things. So now when you understand the greater spirit of Islam, and I know I am going over time, but I'll mention one last thing very, very quickly. So just try to keep up with my pace. Islamic law came to preserve 5 things. It came to preserve human life, it came to preserve faith, it came to preserve intellect, it came to preserve wealth, and it came to preserve honor. So every single ruling in Islam came to preserve one of these 5 things or a combination of them. When a person goes out violently killing, he's actually violating some of those philosophies behind Islamic law. So even the verses that talk about killing, and I'll be very explicit here, the beginning of chapter 9, Surah At-Tawbah, from the beginning all the way till the 15th verse, there's a lot of mention of killing and go out and fight. But what we fail to realize is that a holistic approach is needed to any document, to any understanding. I can tell you there was a man that was killed. You feel sad. I can tell you that a man was killed after he shot 5 people. Now you're angry at the same man that you felt sad for. Now I tell you that this man, he killed those 5 people because those 5 men were raping women and looting people and taking children as hostages. Now that man becomes a hero. And I tell you that man at the end of the day was a police officer and he becomes a bigger hero. Each part of the puzzle adds to the equation, and that's why a holistic approach, seeing the whole story and contextualizing things is very important. So when you read all of those verses at the beginning of Surah of chapter number 9, it's about those people that expelled the Muslims from their lands, that were killing them due to their faith. Then those are the people that you can now fight against. And this was in context of particular of the Battle of Badr and the Battle of Uhud, for those of you that study your Muslim history. So everything needs a context. These verses were not applied when the Muslims moved towards Spain. These verses were not applied when Christians and Jews lived within the Muslim community. Right? So everything has this context and it has this greater picture behind it. So that holistic approach to religion is very, very important for Muslims and non-Muslims when we talk about the issue of jihad. Allah knows best.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions. I want to try and get as many as we can, and I want to definitely direct some to the redirect team up here. This question is specifically for them. What is the appropriate course of action an individual is supposed to take if they know someone who is not radical but has these tendencies or these thoughts? The issue is that if we go to the authorities, it feels like they might get persecuted and questioned over and